To confirm that in Kenya you cannot raid 6 police stations. Nobody is arrested. These were people sponsored by the government of Kenya, sponsored in Central Province to intimidate the people. Because the choice that the people of Central Province are being given is that if these protests go on, we are going to destroy your businesses, we are going to destroy your infrastructure. Large-scale terrorism is a phenomenon that is known across the world that desperate dictators engage in to try and suppress political freedoms. It is not going to be easy. We are going to resist it. There are millions of Kenyans who resist these attempts being made to re-establish dictatorship in the Republic of Kenya. Is that political persecutions need to stop as quickly as possible. We should be in our offices doing in other nation building matters, not to feel like you are back in the 1980s and 1990s. You deeply feel ashamed today to be a Kenyan citizen, and you really feel ashamed about the political class that is supposed to be presiding over a civilized country. It is civilization that is at stake in Kenya. You cannot have thugs trying to engage in monkey games. Even during the time of the raid in Kikuyu, it was at least done with some intelligence. And so, like President Mwai Kibaki once said, if you want to engage in large-scale terrorism, just try to think a little bit. Try to do it in a believable manner. This thing will not stick. Everybody saw the thugs on video, and you have heard what we've told in court. Not a single thug that we have seen them in video has been arrested. I hope the courts will stand up to this nonsense. We believe in our courts. The courts will do justice. On Friday morning, again, we are here, when the court is expected to deliver a ruling on that application. What the state is saying is that they would like to detain our client for 21 days, but our position, which is actually supported by the law, there is no basis whatsoever for holding our client in custody, because it is just what another court called mchezo wa pata potea. So I urge all of us to continue exercising our rights, including the right under Article 37 in the manner prescribed by the law, and will not allow the state to suppress that right outside the confines of the law.
Photograph, you want to see that CCTV and the photograph. Was he captured? Was he captured? Have you deponed it to the court? Have you deponed it? You want people to be jailed in Kenya? What would have made it easy to produce?
It will come with a court file. That's what you are saying, that we are still investigating.
We are still investigating.
We cannot preempt our evidence right now. We have to explain for days.
I'll tell you for your information, your application is seeking that this court to allow you to continue holding the second respondent contrary to the Constitution. And you believe this court needs no evidence. You just can't stand there as CID officer to tell us that she's implicated and you will suppress. You have said you have it, but you will not produce. You expect, you will tell the court you will not produce it and get away with it? Why didn't you produce what you have to this court? This court must have some evidence to agree for the violations of rights of the second respondent. Do you know that? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
Oh, you are not aware. They organized very many goons and took them to Dagoretti. And we saw them. They were 20, 30. Where are the rest? And they are on video.
We are still at large. That's where I did. We are still doing investigations.
You are still investigations.
Yes, Your Honor.
The Constitution of Kenya requires that magistrates and judges should be Kenyans. Is that correct?
Yes,
so that they are aware of what is happening with the country. Correct?
Yes,
and we are aware before you arrested her, the DCI said he's investigating the elected second deputy president of Kenya with regard to those commotions that happened in Kikuyu. Is that correct? She was arrested immediately after that.
Your Honor, I'm not aware of that.
Oh.
Your Honor, if I may, all objections must be on a point of law. She has not stated it.
I am asking you, are you aware of the CID, the director of CID? Are you aware, first of all, that the counter allegation has been these are thugs sponsored by the government of Kenya? Are you aware of that?
Your Honor, I'm non-participating.
Yes, it doesn't matter, but are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of
You are not aware the investigations. Not aware that that is why people caught on CCTV, none of them is getting arrested. You are not aware. The most obvious person has not been arrested. People caught on CCTV. Correct?
Counsel, you are doing an
Your affidavit.
as we prepare the affidavit, we do not state the names of the
Precisely. So those people arrested with regard to those events, have you set out the basis upon which they have implicated the second respondent? The issue is this, that you are claiming that she's somehow involved, which means you have evidence which you have, you have already said, you have not presented it to court, that she's been involved in serious crimes, correct? But we have also agreed, because these investigations are not concluded, it might go either way. A person has not been implicated with evidence, there would be no reasons for the CID to demand that the liberty of a Kenyan citizen be taken away. Are you aware of that?
Yes, now we are dealing with the offense of organization. That this offense of organizing goons contrary to these sections give us the section under which you are charging her, and you want her to lose her liberty in the meantime. It is contrary to what section? Contrary to what section?
No, there is no section of organizing. But I'm talking about the offense.
Precisely.
After that organization that it was committed.
In that experience, is this unconstitutional conduct? You are aware that it is mandatory that you must state, we want this person to continue to be held in detention because of this offense contrary to this section of the law. You are aware that is mandatory.
Yes,
Isn't it?
yes,
But here you are telling us there is no offense you have cited relating to the so-called crimes